The first step in designing your store is selecting a theme. And many people get hung up on this for way too long because there are thousands of options out there. You got paid themes that can cost you hundreds of dollars, and you got the free themes on Shopify that look basic, but actually they're pretty good. And if you can use a couple tricks that I'm going to show you in these next videos, you can turn these free themes into a very clean and professional platform for your business. Now, it's just a matter of choosing the right free theme. There's really only two that I like. The first one is Refresh, and the second one is Sense. The rest of them kind of suck. I mean, they're good, but they're not good for what we're trying to do here with this business, okay? So Dawn is another one that I see people going for, but for me, Dawn sometimes feels a bit basic. I like Refresh and I like Sense because they have a little bit more color, they're a bit more alive, they feel less like a drop shipping store, which again, I want to remind you is the number one goal that we're trying to get to. We want our store to look the opposite of any drop shipping store you've ever seen. We want it to feel like a real business because it is one. If you design it any other way, people will not trust it as a real business. So for this example, let's look at these two themes and let's decide together which one we think is best for our brand. So this is Sense. First, let's look at Sense. We can click on View Demo Store and we can see how it is. You can see that normally people will use this type of brand for like a beauty store or sort of fashion related products, stuff that's colorful, maybe even a women-based store. This type of thing is better for that. This is literally what they're showing you in the example. Alternatively, we have Refresh, which I think is a little bit more broad in a sense because it's not necessarily having this one color scheme or these gradients. I think Refresh is a little bit better for brands that are not beauty focused or fashion focused. And I think Refresh is what we're going to use in our example today. What you're looking at right here is not what your store is going to look like. These templates are just to show you how the basic layout of this theme is, but we can actually jump in here and change just about everything. I can take the logo from here and stick it over there and put the menu to the side. I can change this entire banner into something totally different. I can put different elements on this page and make this look entirely different. What I'm looking at here is sort of the foundation of this theme, and if I like how it looks, and I really do. And with this one, I like it, but I don't think it's best for the type of store that we're trying to build now. So for this example today, we're going to be using the Refresh theme. I recommend for simplicity purposes that you pick the same theme as me and follow along, but the practices that I'm going to show you are applicable from every theme inside of the Shopify marketplace. So it's really up to you. If you've got a bit more money to spend, I also love this theme. In fact, I think this is my favorite theme that's available on the entire Shopify platform. It's called Impulse, and it does extremely well. It's fast, it's conversion optimized, it's super good. But you don't need it in the early stages of your business. Like all we're trying to do in the early stages of our business is find products that are trending, test them out with ads, and see which ones work and are profitable. From there, we can start optimizing and scaling those products heavier. And maybe down the line, when you get a bigger budget, you can invest in a theme like this. But you don't need it to begin. But I really like this theme, and I just wanted to show you guys. Those will be my three favorites. We have the two free ones and this paid one. But for this example, Refresh is the theme we're going to use for our store. So I want you to go back to your store. I want you to click on this button right here. And it's going to take you to the themes page, and then just click on add for your theme. And it's going to instantly import that to your store, and we can begin to start customizing this and making it our own. And that's what we're going to do right now. What I want to do now is change the color scheme to match with our color scheme, put our logo inside of there, and then we're going to actually start building this thing out. We're going to import products, make the home page, make the essential pages, turn it into a real website. Once this is done installing, we'll set up the logo and keep it moving. Our theme is now uploaded, so we're going to go ahead and click on customize. As you can see right now, our website is a completely blank canvas. And the first thing that we need to do to fix this is putting our logo inside of there. So I want you to go back to Canva now and take the logo that you created and export it. The problem is, as you can see, there's a lot of space between the top and the bottom of this logo. And what happens is when you import this logo to your website, all that space is going to transfer over and it's not going to look super clean. So what I want you to do is go ahead and click on File and click on Create New Design and hit Custom Size and do the size at 1000 in width and 400 in height. It sounds like a weird layout, but this will be good for a logo. We can even adjust it a little bit if it doesn't fit. But then I want you to go ahead and hit share and save both of your logos. I already did this. Make sure you save them as a PNG with a transparent background. And then you can go here and click on file and import files. And then we can import the logo right here. To make it fit perfectly, I had to resize it to 500. So I just went here to magic switch and I went into resize and I clicked this button right here, or you can hit custom size and do it. But now we have our logo here. There's less space. There's a little bit of space on the sides, but that's totally fine. We just want to make sure that the logo is perfectly in the center. And then we want to export this. And this version is ready to be uploaded on our website. So click download, click PNG, click transparent background, and then you're good to go. You have version 1 of your logo. What I also recommend you do is create a light version of your logo, because maybe your website is not going to have a white background in every single page. It's good to have both versions. So you want to have a dark version, meaning it has this right here with a color, and then you want to have a light version, meaning it has this one right here with a white version of your icon. You don't have to do this, but this is like design 101. Every website you could think of, every brand you could think of sort of has a light and dark version of their logo. So take the time to do this if you want. It's not essential, but I recommend doing it. So now we're going to save this second logo, just going in here and selecting page 2. And then we're going to do it as a transparent background and hit download. It might seem complicated to do all this, but I want you guys to understand this because these skills are foundational and will help you with whatever project you're going to embark on in the future. So now we have a logo dark and a logo light, and we can go back to our store and we can plug that logo in simply by going to the settings, clicking on logo, selecting the image, going to add images, and then first we're going to try our light version of the logo because as you can see, our banner here has a color to it. It's uploading, it's taking just a couple seconds. Once we click done, our logo is going to update here on the website. And as we can see, it looks pretty nice. I think there's a couple more adjustments that I want to do. Like I want to actually make the color scheme of this website match with the color scheme of our brand. So we're going to go ahead and change the background to our actual color. The quickest way to get your color is to go back to Canva, click on the color right here. Let me go back to the original project. Click on the color right here, highlight it, go here, and you'll highlight this and see that this is the color code. And you can just write that same color and get the same thing. So I sort of like it blue on blue, but I'm going to keep playing around and see if I like it as a white background instead. So we'll go ahead and do white, and then we'll go back to logo and we'll try our other logo and we'll see which one I like better. This is why it's good to try the light and the dark. I recommend you guys do this in the design of your store as well, just to see which one you like better. I definitely like the white better. But as you can see now, I sort of messed up the website, right? Because you're like, oh, I can't see none of the text. Well, you can easily fix that just by putting the text right here. And you can put it as black or whatever color you want. Just make sure you adjust everything so that now my buttons and everything pop up accordingly. So we can also click this button right here and we can see what it looks like on mobile. I think it looks actually a lot better on mobile. And there's another thing that you guys can experiment with, and it's this. You can see where you want to put your logo at exactly. I sort of like it in the top center. You can try it in the middle center. You can try it in the middle left. Perhaps on desktop, this would actually look the best in my opinion. On mobile, it's going to stay in the same place regardless. You can also go back to logo and we can adjust the size of the logo so we can make it bigger on desktop or smaller. I sort of like it smaller. It's kind of cleaner that way. So we can do that. And then we can just basically say that we have the basis of our website now set up. Once we have our logo imported, make sure to hit that save button. And then we want to make sure two things are matching in our website. So we want to make sure the rest of our color scheme matches up. So right here, this is color scheme 4. This is going to be like our banner and stuff like that. We want to change that color to match up with our theme color, which is that blue. And then we want to make sure that our font matches with our theme. Now, it doesn't have to be the same font as our logo. In fact, I don't think it should. I think that's going to look pretty ugly. But we should try to find a font that looks clean and relatable to the brand that we're building. This is totally personal preference, but you basically want to go through and pick your favorite font. This is one of my favorite ones. It's called Montserrat. It's super clean. It's tasteful. It's on a lot of big brands. It's a font that I've always used. They have light, they have italic, they have medium. You can click around, you can play with this. But all I would say, rule of thumb for fonts, is don't pick something crazy. Pick something that's clean and simple, easy to read. Think about a 5-year-old that stumbles on your website. Obviously, they're not going to be shopping on your website, but think of something that's easy for anybody to read. So in this case, we're going to use Montserrat Regular. And then after we hit the publish button, our store is finally starting to come together. Obviously, we still have a long way to go until we're done. But as you can see, our website officially has our logo plugged in. We have a domain, we have a foundation. But in the next video, we're going to be importing products and actually making it look like a real store. We're gonna import our products, we're gonna put everything together, the homepage, the banner, everything you need to know. But this now is the foundation of our store. We have our theme, we have our logo, we have our color scheme. And up next, we're